Well, to get a bit more analysis on the meeting today, let's bring in France 24's Armen Georgian. Armen, first of all, what is the likelihood that France could reduce its troop presence in the Sahel? Is security good enough there to allow for a French drawdown?
Well, President Macron hinted at a troop reduction on February the 19th, but he didn't give any timetable, and it's unlikely that at this summit in Jamena that any formal announcement will be made. France has indeed highlighted what it sees as some successes against the jihadists over the past year, and it believes that its troop increase within the context of Operation Barkhane has helped to achieve those successes. Operation Barkhane, of course, a multinational force, but mostly a French force. But the reality is there's a very long way to go in the Sahel. France has long been arguing for other partners to do more. For example, the European task force, known as Takuba, has taken a very long time to get off the ground, and it doesn't have the personnel that was originally hoped for. And of course, the armies in the Sahel region itself have for a long time been hampered by a lack of equipment, a lack of training, and a lack of money. So unless there's a really big shift in their capacities, it's hard to see France making any significant troop reductions.
Armen, what about America's involvement in all of this? The new president, Joe Biden, says he wants to work with France much more than his predecessor did. How might the Biden administration deal with the conflict in the Sahel?
Well, the U.S. does have a role in the Sahel. It's not as well known as the U.S. involvement in Afghanistan or Iraq, for example, but it's there. The U.S. Has been supporting Operation Barkhane, the military force that I mentioned before. It's spent $45 million a year supporting Barkhane. It built a drone base in Agadez in northern Niger to help surveillance, and it's had 1,300 U.S. troops in the Sahel as well, which have been helping to provide training, logistical support, things like that. But then the Trump administration dropped a political bombshell on President Macron late 2019, saying that it would start withdrawing those 1,300 U.S. troops from the region. We're now hearing a kind of different mood music. There's been a meeting between the U.S. and French foreign ministers, or U.S. Secretary of State, I should say, and the French foreign ministers. And clearly they do want to work together to get the U.S. back into supporting that French effort more fully. Of course, the relationship between Donald Trump and Emmanuel Macron was notoriously difficult in the last year of the Trump presidency. So there may be a chance for some sort of reversal here, but we're not sure yet what the final U.S. decision is going to be on those troop reductions or what will happen exactly. But there's certainly positive noises from both sides now as a result of this new administration in Washington.
Armen, thank you for that. France 24's Armen Georgian.